Good afternoon. It is the 23rd of January. I've just finished reading the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. It's only 80 pages, and it is available on archive.org, archive.org. In a nutshell, the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion was written by Jews. You will find this on page 34. It says that they use, 33. It says that the weapons in our hands are limitless ambitions, burning greediness, merciless vengeance, hatreds of malice. This is found on page 34. And their malice, of course, is against Jacob, Israel, whom the Jews, the sons of Esau and Herod, call the Goyim. They want to destroy Christian youth. It says here, we have inculcated into the Goyim theories we know to be false. Existing laws are twisted into contradictions of interpretations and have erected grandiose results. The interpretations mask the law. Page 35. Bombs are set to go off everywhere. Page 35. The people are content with the outside appearances of politics. Page 36. Our goal, world power. Now they call their king, the king of the Jews, which is on, I think it's page 79 or page 80. They also call him the despot of the blood of Zion. They call themselves the chosen people, the gift of the dispersion, which has now brought us to the threshold of sovereignty over the world. This is page 43. The majority have not the slightest idea what ends the press really serves. This is page 44. For any attempt to attack us, we shall inflict fines without mercy. These fines are coming, I'm assuming. They also say earlier that, here it says, landed proprietors can be harmful to us as they are self-sufficient in their resources. That's page 29. At whatever cost, we must deprive them of their land. We will load the lands with debts. Page 30. Then the Goyim will bow down, if for no other reason but to get the right to exist. Page 30. This is Esau's yoke on Jacob. The decline of cattle breeding will cause a rise in prices. Page 30. Their goal is to extirpate from the face of the earth the Goyim. Page 30. They mask the true meaning of things while carrying on an energetic propaganda. This is, of course, part of their dialectic. The indispensable force of coercion while assuming the mask of honesty and compliancy. You see, we believe that our politicians care about us, and they do not. They interface with the fallen angels. What they're very, very afraid of on page 29 is, it says here, there is nothing more dangerous than personal initiative, if there is genius behind it. We shall wear down the goyim. What do they mean by that? They are afraid that individuals may break out of the herd and begin proclaiming the truth and declaring it. This is what they're afraid of. This is why every sign and signal of rebellion toward them is going to be slapped with a fine or death. The principal factor of our success is secrecy, 31. You see, that's why this is not the Catholic Church or the Pope. The man of sin will be revealed, and it is going to be revealed by his chosen people, who are the Jews, the Edomites, synagogue of Satan, just like Messiah said in the Bible. We shall present our plan as public opinion, page 32, promoted secretly by the press. So, he talks about the Pharisees on page 20. Pharisee, far I see. I see far. They spellcast. What else? Let's see. We instigate the thoughts of the goyim. The goyim is to have no other thoughts than to what is suggested to him, because they have gotten out of the habit of thinking. It says here, it is therefore indispensable to trouble in all countries the peoples with their relations with their governments, page 41, so as to utterly exhaust humanity with dissension, hatred, struggle, envy, and even by the use of torture, by starvation, which I consider weather to be torture, or being electromagnetized, by starvation, by inoculation of diseases. The despot will give us peace. You see, they're going to make it so difficult to live, and then they're going to roll out their despot of the blood of Zion, their king of the Jews, their seed of David, as they're calling him, and the people will bow down to him. Here it says, the most important law of nature is individuality. That is why they stress communism. This is on page 54. The mind of the goyim is underdeveloped in comparison with our mind, the Jew mind. This is all about Esau against Jacob, just like the book called You Gentiles by Maurice Samuel. Here on page 55 it also says, Gentiles are cattle. It behooves not to court the victims sacrificed. Page 55. We execute, they all die when required, as if from a normal kind of illness. Page 55. We keep our own people in a state of unquestioning submission. The mind of the goyim is purely brute, incapable of analysis and observation, without foresight of how a matter may tend. That means we can't connect the dots. This is on page 55. We have a higher quality of humanness, page 56. Let them be more highly human than we are, because human means ape and primate. In contradistinction to the brute mind of the goyim, page 56, we demand submission, page 56. The main feature of our laws will be submission to orders, page 56. Abuses of power will be mercilessly punished. No one should turn from the public highway to a private path. This is what they're afraid of, that individuals may indeed have some slight spark of genius within them to be able to connect the dots and tell other people about it so that they too might be enlightened. Cruel punishments for the slightest infringement, page 56. The public square is the educationary basis of human life. We shall be cruel, page 58. You see, they are going to perpetrate the abomination that causes desolation in the public square. They are telling you this on page 57 and 58 of the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. Not a single announcement will reach the public without our notice, page 44. We shall be acknowledged the supreme lords of the world in the person of our King of all the world, page 45. We print only lies, page 47. To excite or to tranquilize the public mind on political questions, to persuade or to confuse, printing now truth, now lies, facts or their contradictions, always very cautiously feeling our ground before stepping upon it. Page 47. All organs of the press are bound together by professional secrecy. Page 47 and 48. The need for daily bread forces the goyim to keep silence. 48. The brainless, who are not able to understand that they have not even the remotest conception about matters which they undertake to discuss. Page 49. Can you listen to the hatred and the hubris there? They grow more and more disaccustomed to reflect and form any opinions of their own. Page 49. People will begin to talk in the same tone as we, because we shall be offering them new directions for thought. Page 49. You see this all the time on YouTube. All these so-called new things that are being so-called discovered. Progress serves to obscure truth so that none may know it except us, the chosen of God, its guardian. Wow, that's a mouthful. All these people are stage managed by us. Stage, there we have the dramaturgy that goes along with the theurgy, the great work. Page 50. The religion of Moses has brought are the peoples of the world in the religion of Moses has brought all the peoples of the world in subjection to us. Who's the law of Moses? Are you kidding? They mean the Talmud, the law of their God, Satan the serpent. We shall forbid Christ. Page 51. Our faith is unknown and secret. That is the force of its power. Our kingdom will emerge from coup d'etat planned everywhere on one and the same day. I'm reading my writing and it's difficult. That's page 52. The mechanism of the machine devised by us. We must break up the two great solidarity. The goyim have knowledge of nothing. That was page 53 and 54. We are obliged without hesitation to sacrifice individuals who commit a breach of established order. Did you hear that? We are obliged without hesitation to sacrifice individuals who commit a breach of established order. When the king of Israel sets upon his sacred head the crown offered him by Europe, he will become the patriarch of the world. Page 59. Our king will be in constant communication with the peoples. Yeah, probably by cell phone. We will remove every kind of disturbing subject. Anyone who disrupts or rocks the boat, that's page 60. We shall make out of the youth obedient children of authority, loving him who rules as a support, in hope of peace and quiet. What does the Bible say? When you hear peace and security, then sudden destruction. We shall erase from the memory of men all facts of previous centuries which are undesirable to us. This is why memory is so important. This is why they want people to develop Alzheimer's. We shall erase from the memory of men all facts of previous centuries which are undesirable to us, especially with what clouds used to look like, and the sun, and the moon and the stars. The system of bridling thought is already at work, the purpose of which is to turn the goyim into unthinking, submissive brutes, waiting for this to be presented before their eyes in order to form an idea of them. This is like show and tell. Let me read that again. The system of bridling thought is already at work, like the spirit of iniquity is already at work, the purpose of which is to turn the goyim into unthinking, submissive brutes, waiting for a thing to be presented before their eyes in order to form an idea of them. That was page 61. We shall destroy the clergy. This is page 62. Day by day, its influence is falling lower. Only years divide us from the complete wrecking of that Christian religion. The King of the Jews will be the real Pope of the universe. You see, it's not the Pope, it's the King of the Jews who is going to be revealed. This is on page 63 of the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, the Patriarch of the International Church. You see, the synagogue of Satan, the Sanhedrin, is going to trump all other churches. Our kingdom will be an apologia of the divine Vishnu, page 63. The prestige of authority, strengthening the secret defense, page 64. We shall arrange a simulation of disorders or some manifestation of discontents, finding expression through the cooperation of good speakers. These will attract sympathizers whom we will surveil. These are the Goyim police. This was on page 64. Just think about, in Germany in particular, the AfD party. They're all a bunch of actors. The prestige of authority is lessened if it frequently discovers conspiracy against itself. This implies a presumption of conscious weakness or injustice. And this is what they're afraid of, that people will talk about conspiracies, which is the truth. Criminals will be arrested at the first more or less well-grounded suspicion. We will be literally merciless, page 66. The prestige of heroism will be met with disgrace. It says in Daniel 7 that they will do exploits, the children of God, and they will be stamped as a refuse under the feet of the wicked. King of the Jews, as they call him. Prestige and heroism will be met with disgrace, page 67. We cleverly compiled school books on history. The crowning and decisive point of our plans, and the most difficult. 67. I'm not sure. That wasn't a complete sentence. I'm sorry. I don't know what the rest of it was supposed to have said. The force of our king, the guarantee of peace. Force and peace, this is 68. The rich will pay the state. The poor will give up hatred for the rich. The state is organizing peace. Page 68. We will bankrupt Gentile states. Page 71. The tyranny of usury is implemented, page 72. The debt will remain unpaid. Debt is Antichrist. This is the genius of our chosen mind. Our rule is predestined by God. All that evil we had to commit for so many centuries has served the cause of true well-being, 77, and brought everything to order, though it will be exercised with some violence. Strict adherence to our law equals peace and quiet. Our authority will be the crown of order and the whole happiness of man. True force does not make turns with God. With good, page 77. Obedience equals humility equals lack of luxury, improved morals. Our king is a personification of force and power, page 78. Our king is the chosen one of God, confirming the dynastic roots of David. King of the Jews, page 80. So thank you for listening. My time is up. I only have 21 minutes to declaim. And please read the protocols for yourself. Thank you.